But to revisit something as traumatic as abuse can be frightening up front, but it's certainly worth the healing that's going to come out on the other end.
Hello, hello. Hey there, folks. How's it going? Rachel here. Hoping you are having a good day and nice to be here with you for today's Q&A. So I'm just going to hang out and see as people continue to arrive and join us. So it's been a good week, I hope, for you. I hope there have been some things that have been going well and that have been working out for you. And I know in this journey that there can also be some things that are not working out so great and are challenges or struggles. And I think it's one of those things as survivors of sexual abuse that we continue to bring ourselves back into the space of what's working, even in the midst of looking at the things that are not. So I just want to give you that little encouraging word as we get started today. Now, if you have some questions that you'd like to ask, if there's anything on your mind today that you're working with or wondering about, please feel free to just jot your question down in the comments section, and I will speak to those as we go along here. One of the things that's been on my mind lately is the concept of success. I think a lot of people have a lot of different definitions and a lot of different ideas about what it means to be successful. And for survivors of sexual abuse, I think finding success and feeling like we are thriving, like we are succeeding in our lives, man, sometimes that can be a really tough journey. There can feel like there are a lot of obstacles in the way of that. And certainly a lot of the after effects of abuse and trauma can impede our ability to succeed. And so one of the things that I work with my clients on all the time is clearing out any of that junk that's sitting there that's stopping you from feeling confident, from being able to go after your dreams, from stepping into, pursuing a passion or a purpose. And recently, I was watching this TV show. It's called Chef's Table. I'm a total foodie, and so it's on Netflix if you dig this kind of stuff. And what I really appreciate about this show is that they're exploring. It's like a biography auto kind of show. So they're working to tell the story of how these different chefs have come to be who they are. How did they arrive at where they are in their journey? And the challenges that they faced, and then they get into like their concept of food and their, I would almost call it like a philosophy of food, which I think is fabulous and very cool. And I'm always fascinated by true stories, if you will. If there's a true story movie out there, I'm going to see it because I am just fascinated with how people get from like point A in their life to point B. And in this particular show, one of the chefs, his name was Enrique Oliveira, and he's based in Mexico. And no, is that right? Maybe not. Sorry, I'm not sure remembering where he's based. But he was talking about his journey and the many, many challenges that he faced in getting to where he is today. A very successful, very respected, renowned chef. And as he's going along and just dialoguing, he says, success is being proud of what you do every day. Man, I like hit pause, I rewound, listened again. Success is being proud of what you do every day. I rewound it again, I listened again. I mean, there was just something that struck me so powerfully in defining success. Oh, wow, sex, look at that, sex, success. That's fun. Really defining success in this way. I suppose sex could be defined in the same way too. Being proud of what you do every day, enjoying it, having pleasure. It's kind of all in the same realm, isn't it, at the end of the day? Oh my gosh. So ultimately, folks, what I wanted to bring to you today was this opportunity to sit with this idea of success. We find ourselves, I think, putting a lot of pressure on ourselves. We have a lot of external pressures that come at us about what our lives are supposed to look like, what success is supposed to be, how much money you make, the kind of car you drive, the house you live in, what you do for work. all of these things, and all the way down to the way that we look, especially as women. This also happens to men, though. You only are successful if you look a certain way, appear a certain way, have a certain status. And I think that a lot of us work very hard to put out there an image of success when sometimes we maybe don't feel like successes. I think a lot of times what I've noticed in my journey, especially when I was really in the trauma, that my internal messages did not support a mindset of success. I was constantly bogged down by negative thinking. You're never going to succeed. I mean, even as basic as that. And you're never going to succeed because you're not smart enough, you're not whatever the enough. It was always around enoughness, right? And so we can beat ourselves up. And what would happen if we flipped all of that around and we began to think of success as exactly this: being proud, being proud of what we do every day. So that might be helping someone, that might be showing up for your work and giving your best effort, that might be showing up in your relationship or your partnership in a really powerful way. But at the end of the day, being able to say, I'm proud. I'm proud of what I did today. I'm proud of how I spent my time. I'm proud of the connections that I made. And it drop away from all of these external measurements that we can buy into. And I could get onto a real big soapbox about why that is, and economy and commercialism and all of this, and why they want us to buy into all of that and all of those ideas of success, but I won't. Instead, I just want to welcome you today to really ponder this and think about what success really means for you. Maybe this way of defining it and thinking of it that Enrique has given us is exactly the thing that you need and something that you can adopt. It certainly has become my new definition of success. And with that new definition, how does that maybe inform and influence the way that you think of yourself today? I'd also encourage you to spend some time really looking at the messages that you've been given along, the journey in your life that impede your ability to feel and see yourself as a success, and begin challenging those messages. Do not let people speak into your life who are not bringing life and love and light and building you up. So any of those messages that you've received from past abusers or people in your life, fuck them. Like, sorry, I can't even say it any nicer than that. Like, fuck them, because you are here for purpose. You are here for a reason. And whenever we get hindered and held back by all of that bullshit, we miss out on experiencing ourselves as successful, as people who are contributing and thriving and making a difference in this world. And again, making a difference looks like everything from helping that person whose car broke down, to saying hello to your neighbor, to pursuing something that you so care about and you so are passionate about, in world-changing kinds of things. So remember this spectrum and start looking at all the ways that you are actually succeeding. So I love you all very much. I know this journey gets tough, but stick with it. There's so much light and possibility on the other side of any of the pain and hurt that you're feeling today. And as always, if I can be of any support to you, you know I'm here. So comment here, share what you're noticing, feeling, thinking, questions, and I'll be back next time to connect with you. Take good care, everyone.